Hey, what's going on, everyone? Good morning. How is everyone's day today? It's a very love-hate morning, I think, for a lot of the PA members because TME was an unreal trade. A lot of us exited that, but then Chewy was a bit of a slap in the face as well. Right. So I just hope you guys, weren't too high on the win from TME. Sized Chewy accordingly. If you did, it shouldn't have hurt too bad. It was a loser, but that's the nature of earnings. In fact, this earnings season, we've had so few losers that it's mind blowing. Right? I think our normal win rate on earnings trades is about what 57%, and I think we've had a win rate of 80% this season. If I remember, Hutch has pretty much been trading the whole season, and he was saying it's some insane number like that. I'm just going to get the chat box set up here. Jenny, good to see you. Trent, what's up? Derek, what's going on, man? Derek, you were asking about the free trial the other day, and I don't think I got an email from you, though. Perfect. So, today's live, we're going to talk about a couple of different things. The number one idea we're going to chat about is a lot of people are talking about the S&P hitting 4,000 by Thursday, I guess, by tomorrow. And let's say you wanted to structure out a trade for that. Right? Well, what could you do? Right? What could you do? Here, Derek, I'll type my email in the chat for you again. You just got to send me an email with your name. It's not a not a big deal. It's just we're doing 50 spots at first, and we're sitting at about 41, 42 spots right now taken. So just drop your name on the list. Okay, so let's pull up SPY, right? So right now, first of all, SPY is sitting at about 396. So we're expecting, another 1% increase up to 400. It's not my view, right? I suck at picking direction. I'm not here to tell you where I think the price will go tomorrow, but that's what you hear a lot of people talking about. Maybe that's something that you think, right? And that's okay. Everyone has different ways of coming to their views. But what I'm going to try and do this morning is show you a way to express that view well, where if you're right, it's going to print. So let's come over here to Thinkorswim, and let's see what happens if we just come here, right? We're on the chain for SPY right now. Let's say we just come to at the money, right, which is 396, and let's say we just buy a call. Let's see what this would look like. All right, let's say we do one, and I'm going to do this one as well after one. Nothing really huge, man. Right? Right? No, like it pretty much synthetically just follows it, right? I guess the benefit of trading the SPY is it's small, like the actual dollar value is smaller. And we can structure both out and take a look if you want. I'll show you what I'm thinking here first. Let me just put my phone on mute. I keep forgetting this every morning. All right, so come back over here. Let's say we get the price move to $400. With this, you're going to be making about $290. Not bad. It's actually not bad, right? And it expires in 2 days. You have a max loss here of $161, which you're pretty much going to realize if the stock doesn't go up, right? You're pretty much going to lose your $160 per lot. Now, what I was kind of thinking as well is, if your view is that it's going to go up, we could probably take advantage of the skew, right? If we come over here, we take a look at SPY. We see SPY always has this really, really steep skew, right? Got this super steep put skew in the market at all time. And that's pretty much because everybody's long equity and they come to the S&P to hedge, which means that these puts are usually overpriced. So what we could maybe do is sell one of these puts out here, right? A Delta 25 put, and use it to finance a Delta 25 call. And that could give us a pretty cool trade. Ned, what's up, man? Oh, man. Whenever Ned and Jekka join this chat, it gets me cracked up. Oh, speaking of which, have you guys seen this yet? Let's see. Where is it? Check out this work of art from Jekka. Look at this, guys. It's the PA gang. So funny. I'm looking coffee deprived? Man, I thought I was looking great this morning. God damn. Let me fix the hair a bit, man. How can you see in that? I'm in the bottom right corner. How can you tell? All right. Yeah, I love this, though. I think I'm going to get this printed out, thrown up on the wall behind me. Jekka, it's so good, man. It's so good. All right, back to S&P. Back to some actual trading stuff. When is it playing in theaters? Movie soon. Right after terminal soon. All right. So let's say we do choose to take advantage of that skew and structure out a risk reversal where we're going to sell the Delta 25 put, use it to finance a Delta 25 call. Right? This is what our trade would look like. So what you can see here at expiration is we got a little bit of a... Oh, that's so good, Eric. I actually should use it as a thumbnail for YouTube vids. I should have Jekka make all my thumbnails. Jekka, you looking for a job, man? Right? If the stock doesn't really move, we're going to collect $9. Woohoo! Right? Big win. But if we do get that move up to 400, we are going to make 113. But look at this. It exponentially increases, right? It's a huge winner if we do get it moving above. It may not be big enough of a move to really make it worth it. But if you think it's going to go above 400, this might be a really good way to structure it out compared to just the call here. Right? As long as you know, with the call here, you have a lot of risk if the stock doesn't move very much, right? If it goes up a bit, you're going to be losing money. And if it stays around the same or even goes up $1, you're going to be down $166 per lot. Now, as long as you don't think the bottom's going to fall out of the market, right? As long as you don't think we're going to see a move, below 393, the risk reversal is a really good trade for this week, right? But obviously, you have to start with what is your view, right? What is your view here? If you think it's on the cards that it goes below, what do you think it could go to, right? What risk level are you willing to take on here? You want to make sure that it fits your view properly. You guys are having a good laugh in the chat there, eh? Oh, fair enough. Yeah, Eric, it's 1 DTE, right? So you can collect your $9 with that. This is just a view that I've been seeing a lot online. People think it's going to 400. So this is a trade you could slap on, right? If you agree with that view, right here, $400, make $100 per lot if it does go there. Collect $9 if it doesn't move, and get smoked if it goes to 0. Now, by the way, since we got a lot of the PA guys on the call here, I want to quickly chat about Chewy. If Chewy hurt too much this morning, you were in too big. Right? We have to remember the nature of those trades. They are earnings trades. All right? Like, we're going to have a lot of losers. A lot of people were naked on that trade, right? Meaning they don't have the wings. You have to stress this position for a big move, right? I think at one point it moved like 20%. It was bigger than I think I even stressed it in the morning yesterday. So I apologize for that. But we gotta be aware of those things, right? It happens. Jekka, we're gonna chat about GSX in just a second here. I believe GSX is still a go. Right? What's really cool about it was realizing a lot of vol over the last little period. Right? Barely hasn't moved today. right? We saw this huge crush right here, and now it's been flat for a couple days. I'm thinking it's time to enter, right? I'm thinking I'm going to pick up a little bit of short vol here. I think vols are still pumped up like crazy. I think they've come down a little bit now. Kyle's asking, I am now broke and homeless. Was that too much risk? No. If you haven't had to sell one of your organs yet, it wasn't too much risk. You're still in the game here, man. It's positive EV. You're doing just fine, Kyle. I just did only wings on Chewy and closed out of the puts. Oh, so you sold like a strangle, or did you buy one? Did you just buy a strangle? That must have printed. Kyle, send me a DM. I might take you up on the offer. Just as a backup, just in case. So yeah, GSX, I think it's still on the table, right? Short vol. We're looking at selling the longer dated vol. And the thing that's really exciting about this trade is there's like, it's definitely a riskier trade than what we did with TME or with Disc-Up, because this thing just moves a lot, right? It's a stock that moves a lot. So let's say we come in here and what would we do? What do you guys think? Jordan had a couple interesting ideas for structures. What I'm probably going to do here is just structure out like something delta neutral, right? Can you believe this? Delta 50's up at 65. Let's just maybe do something like this. It might be too high, man. So you might just come in down here and, you'll probably come in, sell a straddle here. And then you'll probably come in and hedge with shares. Right? You want to hedge your position here. I think that would make the most sense. And that's it. You definitely don't want to have that delta bias going into it. Right? Definitely don't. Yes, Jacka, it was one of the stocks that got crushed by him. That's exactly what's happening here. And we think vols can get crushed here. Nice. Okay, that makes so you're short like four or five puts per 10 lot. Yeah, makes a lot of sense, Kyle. I think that's a good way to do it too. And you get a little more Vega exposure too. I think it's cool, right? But what's really exciting here is right. Look at where vols are at. Right, let's take off the max and the mins here. Right, vols up at 126. Imagine we saw it get crushed down into the 90s. Right, Kyle, what was it at when you sold it? It must have been at like 130, 135 even. I think it was pushing the max here, right? Which is crazy. So we could see this come down. Let's say we see this come down 30 points, right? So we're going to come over here. We're going to adjust it. Take a look at this. Right? We're just going to make like stupid amounts of money. And this is all just off the same sort of strategy, right? We're just betting on it coming down. It's super bid. I think it makes sense to do. Right? This is one of those Lambo soon kind of trades. This pays for the Lamborghini. But obviously, the thing about this stock you have to keep in mind is it rips, right? This thing can move like crazy. You're not, I usually don't give the disclaimer, but this is not financial advice, all right? Am I going to be slapping this on? For sure. That's what I can say. I think it's a good trade. Yeah, Kyle, I agree with Jekka. I think that's a great idea. So that's 2 ticked off the list for today. We've got an SPY trade. If it goes to 400, you'll get paid. If it stays flat, you'll get paid a little bit. And as long as it doesn't go down a bunch, you're going to be doing okay. Then we have a GSX trade. As long as vols get crushed, which we think they should, right? We're sitting at all-time highs here. You're going to get paid huge. But if the stock starts to rip again, or we see vols push up like crazy, that is going to hurt, right? It's going to hurt. So it's high risk, high reward on that one. But it's nothing for the Cowboys over at PA. That's what we do on a daily basis, right? DTE would be 1 year. Yes, Arnold. That is correct. And now we have a couple earnings that we're going to look at. We need to redeem ourselves after our loss on Chewy. So we've got Micron. These are all, the thing is, not a huge edge here, right? Like, I don't see anything really. The implied move is a little lower than the average move, but we're seeing that thing that we've seen across the board this season where it's just a little lower than the average implied move, right? We're seeing that come down. Hey, Weird Gamer, no problem. Feel free to ask questions. I can slow down, go over it. I'm going to be on stream here for another 10, 15 minutes. Feel free to ask away. Jack, I'll get to your question right after I finish looking at MU here. Right, this is a tricky one. I like the straddle P&L, but the edge is just it's nothing huge, right? So once again, probably can't get wings on it. Biggest move we've seen this thing rip 13, 14% before. Recent times, no big moves. I would say it's probably safe. It's probably a good bet, but it's like, it's like we're just, taking all the scraps now. There's nothing super juicy, right? So I'm not. I don't know if I would be taking it personally, right? So that's really all I got to say about MU. Nothing too juicy, but it's probably going to print if you take a short vol trade here, but is it really worth the risk? Jack is asking, why would GSX not react the same way as TME and Disca if they had the same driver to push the vols? I don't know much about GSX. So the thing about GSX, right, is this is a company that actually just has a lot of implied volatility too, right? I believe it all started maybe, like, look at this, right? Down to 53, up to 148 back in Jan, floated around 90, and then just got smoked, right? The thing about this company is I believe sometime late last year, they came out and said, or some news came out that they were forging all their numbers, right? Like they said they had let's say 100,000 users, and they had 5 users in the end of the day. Stock got hit pretty hard. Vols went up through the roof, and then it just started moving around like crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, exactly, Adam. That's what I was reading as well. Company's just, it's whack. It's a whack company, man. Whack and confused. Right, so if we come here and let's say look at the term structure. We'll look at it today, and we'll look at it, let's say 2 months ago. Right, so obviously today it's a lot more elevated. Let's say if we go 1 month ago. Okay, I guess it hasn't been. I thought it was. Yeah, I did, Jekka. And shout out to Neil. So you can see here, it does have a lot of implied vol usually, right? Sitting here at 83, 78 in the long term, right? Versus a company like Disca. Right, let's see. Right down here, sitting at something just so much lower, right? If we go to Disca, we look at it, similar sort of situation. You can see that Disca's base vol over the last little while has been 47, right? So it's just a more volatile stock. That's why there's a little more risk, but there's just a lot of room for it to come down as well. Could print. I will never get over this picture. I'm going to use that for the new thumbnails for everything. Every video. Every single one of the PA lives is going to have that on it. Okay, we got one more earnings for today. We're going to be talking about KMX. Similar situation to Micron, just not seeing really huge edge here. These are sort of just mediocre earnings trades, right? Tiny bit of edge, but I don't think I'd be taking it, right? We see Q1 actually is a big mover for it, so I wouldn't be taking it for sure. Definitely not taking this one. But the thing is, could it be a long vol opportunity? Maybe. Do we have any skew? Can we take a directional bet? Not really. Sounds like a fair trade, Jekka. Oh shoot, I was looking at the June there. I would definitely be doing the Jans though. Jan is what I think everyone's looking at. I did have the June up there though. Didn't have my coffee this morning, you know? You know how it is. Right? So yeah. Okay, these are the trades for the day, guys. Right? We got two sort of mediocre earnings, but we have a great one on GSX, and we have a sort of cool idea for S&P as well. I look like I didn't have my coffee. Come on, what do you mean? What? Do I? Exactly, Jekka. That's the way we do it. Why is everyone saying I look like I didn't have a coffee? That's so mean. Maybe I do. All right. So, anything else, guys? Do you have any questions? Weird Gamer, anything I can help with right now? Do you have a trade you're in that we maybe want to go over? More than happy to chat about it. Arnold, I should do that, eh? I'm going to kill you, Eric. SNDL. Okay. What is the idea here? Weird Gamer, what are you thinking? Are you bullish on the stock? What do you think is going to happen? Take it easy, Jekka. Make sure to leave a like on the video before you go, or I'll find you. What do we think about getting long coffee futures? Honestly, consumption's at all-time lows. I'm thinking that the futures are pretty bid right now. I don't know if I'd be buying them. Bought a 0.5 option for 65 cents. You think it's going back to 1.5? Okay, so the thing here, Weird Gamer, you want to just note is, this is a really small stock, right? I don't know if you need to trade the option here to get what you're looking for, right? It probably makes more sense to just buy the stock. You know what I mean? Like, let's think about it, right? You bought a 50-cent option for 65 cents, right? So your break even's at $1.15, right? Most of that is, it's intrinsic value, right? You're buying it below today's price, meaning a bunch of the value of that option that you hold is not really, doesn't really change, right? If the stock price doesn't change, like the decay on this option is like nothing, which means your exposure is also very low. So I don't know if I'd be trading the option here, right? You get perfectly fine leverage just trading the stock. Like, do you have a view on how quickly you think it's going to move? Right? We have to remember that options have this time component to them, this volatility component. So what I'd, tell you to look into here is how quickly do you think this thing's going to move? right? If you have a view on that, now maybe it makes sense to trade the option. But I would stay away from these really, really small stocks. It's just there's better opportunity out there. I would spend, like you said, spend a little more time in the game. Read a couple of the good books. Like the Sheldon Natenberg one would be a great start. And you'll find really cool opportunities all over the place. April 30th. Okay, so then hopefully your expiry matches that. Like the one thing I'm thinking here though is just like let's SNDL. All right, we come here to the April 30s. Oh, there's like no one here. Okay, so you're probably gonna have to trade the monthlies on this just because no one's here. Let's say you bought a $1 here. Right, and then the stock goes to 1.5. Right? Like it's kind of a whatever, You're making $17. You should buy the shares. You'd make more money buying the shares. You're paying too much for this thing. You'd make more holding the shares. Right? We got this. You make $17 on a one lot. Let's say we pick up 100 shares of this thing. And at $1.50, you're making $30. Buy the shares. Shares make more sense given your view. Zach's asking, what are some of the good books? So I usually just give out the same two books. What I would recommend you read is there's two sides to it, right? You want to know how to think about trading, right? There's a lot of things about this game that I think get overlooked in the retail space. And what I would do is I would read a book called The Laws of Trading by Augustin LeBron. I'll type it in the chat here. And then I would also pick up a book called Option Volatility and Pricing by Sheldon Natenberg. The Laws of Trading is going to teach you about the game, right? How this game works, what the other market participants look like, all of that, right? How to think about trading. And then Option Volatility and Pricing is going to teach you how options work and how to think about options. And together, you'll set yourself up really well for this game. Yeah. That would be pretty good. And Zach, if you haven't signed up for the free trial for Predicting Alpha, we have over 200 hours of education that we've read all these books, right? It's not reinventing the wheel type of education. It's just good trading education, video format, a couple PDFs and stuff as well. And you can get a two week access to it for free. All you got to do is send me an email, and I'll add you to the list for it. I think we're releasing it late this week, early next week, type of thing. And you'll be able to sign up for it. It's there if you want it. Any other questions? We got one from Jenny. Is there a way to take advantage that options expire a day early this week / the holiday Friday? I know it's a general question. Not really, Jenny. You want to be aware of it, but the market's not out here giving free money away, right? So if something that obvious had edge, it would be eaten up right away, right? Remember, if there was something you could take advantage of just by knowing that the options expire a day early, somebody's on the other side losing money because the options expire a day early. Who's going to be there giving you that money, right? A lot of the times that's what we want to be thinking about when we're trying to find an edge. One of the first things that I try to think about is who's on the other side of this thing and why am I getting paid here, right? So not really seeing any advantage there. If you have any ideas, we can chat about them for sure. Any other questions I can help with right now? If not, we're going to wrap up the stream and I'm going to actually go get a coffee. Can only get roasted by the guys for so long here. before you actually need to go get a coffee. No problem, Jenny. So everyone, that will be the end of the stream today. If you thought the video was helpful, if the stream helped you out, please just leave a like on the video. That's really all we ask for in return. It helps us combat the YouTube algo gods. They really don't like PA. Chris, why is there no coffee in Canada? Honestly, I don't know, man. That's a question for Mr. Trudeau. That's our prime minister, by the way. All right. Take it easy, everyone. We'll see you around.